The bright lights of Mars' orbital station flickered against the deep blackness of space. Inside the command center, Commander Olivia Caldwell stood with perfect posture, her eyes fixed on the holographic display. Her uniform was crisp and neat, showing her 20 years of dedicated service to the United Earth Defense Fleet. "Commander, we picked up something unusual," said Communications Officer Kyle Bennett. His fingers moved quickly across the control panel. "It's coming from the Arcturus sector." Olivia walked closer to his station. "Show me." The display changed to show a wave pattern. The signal pulsed with a steady rhythm. It was not random. It had clear mathematical patterns that repeated over and over. "It's definitely not natural," Kyle said. "The pattern follows the universal prime sequence. Someone made this deliberately." Olivia studied the pattern. Humanity had been part of the galactic community for only 15 years. They had met 12 different alien species, but none lived near Arcturus. That sector was unexplored. "Is it a known species?" she asked. "No, ma'am. But they're using the standard distress protocol. Someone out there needs help." Admiral George Winters joined them, his face serious. "Caldwell, what do we know?" "Sir, we have a distress signal from Arcturus. Unknown origin, but using galactic standard communications." The Admiral nodded slowly. "The Valkyrie is ready for deployment. It just finished its final testing phase." The USS Valkyrie was Earth's newest and most powerful battleship. It was designed with everything humans had learned from their first alien encounters. It was stronger, faster, and more heavily armed than any ship before it. "Prepare the Valkyrie for immediate launch," Admiral Winters ordered. "Commander Caldwell, you'll lead this mission. Find out who's sending that signal and help them if you can. This could be first contact with a new species." Olivia felt the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. "Yes, sir. I'll prepare my crew." 6 hours later, Olivia walked through the docking bay toward the Valkyrie. The massive ship loomed above her, its reinforced hull gleaming under the lights. It was built to withstand forces that would crush most alien vessels. Humans had learned early that they had evolved on a planet much harsher than most spacefaring species. Lieutenant Commander Ryan Mitchell met her at the airlock. He was the ship's tactical officer and had fought in the Proxima Centauri conflict 3 years ago. "Commander, the ship is ready," he said with a salute. "But I have concerns about this mission." "What kind of concerns?" Olivia asked as they walked inside. "This could be a trap. The signal is too perfect, too clear for a ship in distress." "I've considered that," Olivia said. "That's why we're bringing our best people." The ship's interior was bustling with activity as crew members prepared for launch. They reached the bridge where Science Officer Dr. Samantha Reeves was already working at her station. "Commander," Samantha said without looking up, "I've been analyzing the signal. There's encoded data embedded within it." Olivia looked over her shoulder at the screen. "What kind of data?" "Visual information. I'm working on decoding it now." Samantha's fingers moved rapidly across the interface. The ship's AI system activated, its voice calm and even. "Welcome aboard, Commander Caldwell. I am Artemis, the Valkyrie's artificial intelligence. All systems are functioning at optimal capacity." "Thank you, Artemis. How long until we can launch?" "Final preparations will be complete in 18 minutes. The FTL drive is already calibrated for the Arcturus sector." Olivia turned to address the bridge crew. "Everyone, this is potentially first contact with a new species. They're in trouble, and we're the closest help. The nearest diplomatic vessel is 3 weeks away. It's up to us to represent Earth." As the crew prepared for launch, Samantha called out, "Commander, I've decoded part of the signal." The main screen filled with a series of images. They showed strange structures unlike any human or known alien architecture. Then the images showed destruction. Something was attacking these structures. The beings visible in the images were tall and slender with 4 arms. They were clearly not human. "A civilization under attack," Olivia said quietly. Ryan studied the images with narrowed eyes. "From what? I don't recognize the attackers either." Artemis spoke again. "Based on the signal's transmission power and the known locations of other galactic powers, The United Earth Defense Fleet will arrive approximately 26 days before any other response could reach them. Olivia straightened her uniform. Then we'd better not waste any time. Artemis, notify all crew to secure for launch. We leave in 10 minutes. The bridge crew moved with purpose, each person focused on their tasks. Olivia sat in the command chair and opened a ship-wide channel. This is Commander Caldwell. We are responding to a distress call from an unknown species. We don't know what we'll find, but whatever it is, we will represent the best of humanity. The being sending this signal may have never seen humans before. First impressions matter. Be alert, be professional, and remember your training. She closed the channel and turned to Ryan. Have the Marines prepared for any scenario. Already done, Commander. Chief Wells has them ready. The countdown to launch ticked away on the main display. Olivia felt the familiar mixture of excitement and tension that came before a mission. This was why she had joined the fleet, to explore, to make contact, to help. Launch sequence initiated, Artemis announced. All systems green. The massive engines of the Valkyrie hummed to life. The docking clamps released, and the ship began to move away from Mars Orbital Station. Set course for the Arcturus sector, maximum speed, Olivia ordered. The stars on the view screen began to blur as the ship accelerated. Then, with a flash of energy, the Valkyrie jumped to faster-than-light speed. The reinforced hull, designed to withstand pressures that would crush most alien ships, handled the jump with ease. In her chair, Olivia reviewed the mission details one more time. A new species, an attack by unknown forces, and Earth's most advanced warship racing to help. She didn't know what they would find, but she knew one thing for certain. If someone needed help, humanity would answer the call. The Valkyrie streaked through space, carrying its crew of Earth's finest toward an uncertain encounter. They were warriors from a world that most galactic species considered impossibly harsh. They were healers who had evolved to recover from injuries that would kill other beings. They were explorers driven by curiosity and a desire to connect, and they were heading straight toward a conflict they didn't yet understand, in a ship built to survive conditions that most alien vessels could never endure. Commander Olivia Caldwell had no way of knowing that this mission would change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. The USS Valkyrie dropped out of FTL speed with a flash of light. Before them, a blue-green planet hung in space, surrounded by debris and the remains of what looked like a battle. Several damaged ships floated nearby, their designs unlike anything the humans had seen before. Scan the area, Commander Olivia Caldwell ordered. Any signs of hostile forces? Science Officer Samantha Reeves studied her display. No active weapon signatures, Commander, but I'm detecting multiple ships in orbit around the planet. Most appear damaged. Lieutenant Commander Ryan Mitchell pointed to the screen. Look at the design of those ships. They're built for speed, not combat. No wonder they were overwhelmed. Artemis, the ship's AI, spoke up. I'm receiving a transmission from the planet's surface, Commander. They're using the same frequency as the distress signal. Put it through, Olivia said. The main screen showed a being with smooth, pale blue skin, large eyes, and 4 slender arms. Its body looked delicate, almost fragile. Unknown vessel, the alien said in a halting voice, using the galactic standard language. I am Ambassador Ilara of the Arcanus. Have you come in response to our distress call? Olivia stepped forward. I am Commander Olivia Caldwell of the United Earth Defense Fleet. Yes, we received your signal and came to offer assistance. The alien's large eyes blinked rapidly. Earth? We have not encountered your species before. Your response time was unexpected. We did not think help would arrive so quickly. We were the closest vessel, Olivia explained. We came as soon as we received your message. Ambassador, what happened here? Ilara's slender frame seemed to sag. We were attacked by the Voidborn. They come to harvest resources from worlds they consider weak. They have superior numbers and weapons. They have retreated temporarily. But our defenses are crippled. They will return to finish what they started. Olivia nodded. We'd like to come down to your planet to discuss how we can help. Yes, of course, Ilara said. We will send landing coordinates. Our atmospheric conditions should be compatible with most known species, though you may require breathing assistance. After ending the transmission, Samantha checked her instruments. Commander, the planet's atmosphere is similar to Earth's, but with higher oxygen content and lower gravity, about 1/3 of Earth normal. So we won't need environmental suits, Olivia said. Prepare a landing party. Ryan, you're with me. Samantha, I want you along to gather scientific data, and have Chief Wells bring 4 Marines for security. 90 minutes later, the landing shuttle touched down on the Arcanus homeworld. The humans stepped out into the alien sunlight without protective gear. A delegation of Arcanus waited for them, led by Ambassador Ilara. The ambassador's eyes widened when the humans exited their shuttle unprotected. You breathe our air directly, without filtration? Our scans showed the atmosphere is safe for humans, Olivia explained. Is there a problem? No, Ilara said quickly. It's just, most species we encounter require significant environmental protection when visiting new worlds. Security Chief Daniel Wells looked around at the Arcanus buildings. They were tall, delicate structures that seemed to flow like water frozen in time. Beautiful architecture, he commented. Thank you, Ilara said. Please follow me to our council chamber. We have much to discuss. The humans walked behind the Arcanus delegation, quickly noticing how slowly and carefully the aliens moved. Even in the lower gravity, the humans had to deliberately slow their pace to match their hosts. Inside a large dome-shaped building, the Arcanus offered the humans seats at a round table. Captain Eric Donovan, who had accompanied the landing party, sat down on what looked like a delicately crafted chair. It immediately cracked under his weight. I'm so sorry, he said, jumping up quickly. The Arcanus stared in shock. Ambassador Ilara recovered first. Please do not worry. We should have prepared stronger furniture. We did not realize. Our bodies are denser than they appear, Samantha explained diplomatically. We evolved on a higher gravity world. You are Deathworlders? Another Arcanus asked, its voice hushed. Olivia looked confused. I'm not familiar with that term, Ilara explained. In the galactic community, worlds are classified by their habitability. Most spacefaring species evolve on worlds with minimal environmental hazards, stable climates, low radiation, gentle gravity. Worlds like yours with high gravity, atmospheric toxins, temperature extremes, and dangerous wildlife are called death worlds. Few advanced species emerge from such places. Marine Sergeant Kate Sullivan smiled. Earth isn't so bad once you get used to it. The Arcanus scientists moved closer, clearly fascinated. One of them held up a device. May I scan you? Our medical database has limited information on high-gravity adapted species. Samantha nodded. Of course. As the scan proceeded, the Arcanus scientist's hands began to tremble. This can't be correct. Your bone density, your muscle structure, and your system shows evidence of cellular repair from radiation damage. That would kill most species. That's normal for humans, Samantha said. Our world has areas of natural radiation, and our bodies have adapted to repair certain levels of damage. The Arcanus looked at each other in what seemed like awe. Olivia brought the conversation back to the crisis at hand. Ambassador, tell us more about these attackers, the Voidborn. Why did they target your world? The Voidborn are resource hunters. They target worlds with valuable minerals but limited defensive capabilities. They arrived 2 planetary cycles ago, demanding access to our Pergium deposits. When we refused, they attacked. How many ships do they have? Ryan asked. We counted 23 vessels before our orbital sensors were damaged, Ilara said. Ryan whistled low. And we have 1 ship. A very well-armed ship, Daniel pointed out. As they continued talking, Kate demonstrated some basic combat moves at the request of curious Arcanus. Her speed and strength in the lower gravity made her movement seem almost supernatural to the watching aliens. Your physical capabilities are remarkable, Ilara said. Suddenly, an alarm sounded throughout the building. An Arcanist rushed in, clearly agitated. Ambassador, our long-range sensors detect the Voidborn fleet returning. They have more ships than before. Olivia stood immediately. How long until they arrive? Less than 6 hours, the Arcanist replied. Then, we need to prepare, Olivia said. Ambassador will help you defend your world, but we need to know everything about your defenses and about these Voidborn. The Arcanist looked at the humans with a mixture of hope and disbelief. You would stand against a Voidborn fleet? There are so few of you. Sergeant Sullivan smiled. They've never fought humans before. They're in for a surprise. As they began planning their defense, none of the Arcanis noticed how the humans' eyes had hardened with determination, or how their bodies seemed to radiate a controlled energy. The humans moved with purpose now, their movements efficient and powerful even in the lower gravity. The hunters were coming, but they had no idea what waited for them on the Arcanist homeworld. They had no idea they were about to face Deathworlders. The USS Valkyrie hung in orbit above the Arcanist homeworld. On the bridge, Commander Olivia Caldwell studied the tactical display. The enemy fleet was approaching. 30 Voidborn ships against 1 human vessel. Status report, Olivia ordered. Lieutenant, Commander Ryan Mitchell checked his screens. Shields at full power, weapon systems ready. We've positioned ourselves between the incoming fleet and the planet. Communications Officer Lisa Harrison spoke up. Commander, I'm picking up a transmission from the lead Voidborn ship. Put it on screen, Olivia said. The view screen showed a creature with gray skin and multiple yellow eyes. Its mouth was filled with small, sharp teeth. Arcanist world, the creature said in a harsh voice. You have defied the Voidborn collective. Your defenses are broken. Your ships are destroyed. Surrender your resources, or we will take them from your ashes. Olivia stepped into view of the transmission. This is Commander Olivia Caldwell of the United Earth Defense Fleet. The Arcanists are under our protection. The Voidborn leader's eyes blinked in sequence. Earth? We have no records of your species. 1 ship cannot stand against our fleet. Move aside or be destroyed with them.
I'm going to give you 1 chance to leave this system peacefully, Olivia said calmly. The Voidborn made a sound that might have been laughter. Your confidence is based on ignorance. The Arcanists are weak. If you are their allies, you are weak.
As well, the transmission ended abruptly. Ryan shook his head. They're not taking us seriously. Good, Olivia said with a small smile. Artemis, battle stations, alert all crew. The ship's lights dimmed to combat settings as the alarm sounded. The crew moved with practiced efficiency to their positions. The Voidborn fleet is splitting into 3 attack groups, Ryan reported. They're trying to surround us. Let them try, Olivia said. Weapons officer, target the lead ship's engines. Let's show them what a Deathworlder vessel can do. The Valkyrie's main cannons fired, brilliant beams of energy cutting through space. They struck the lead Voidborn ship, which shuddered from the impact. The shields of the alien vessel flickered and failed. Direct hit, Ryan announced. Their shields collapsed completely. Our weapons are significantly more powerful than they expected. On the planet below, Ambassador Alara and a group of Arcanists watched the battle on a large screen. They gasped as the much larger Voidborn fleet surrounded the single human ship. They cannot possibly win, one Arcanist said. The humans are brave, but they are outnumbered. Ilara wasn't so sure. She had seen something in the humans' eyes that the others had missed. A hardness, a determination that came from evolving on a world that tried to kill them every day. In orbit, the battle intensified. The Voidborn ships fired their weapons simultaneously at the Valkyrie. Energy beams struck the human vessel from multiple directions. Shields holding at 80%, Ryan reported. Their weapons aren't as powerful as we estimated. Olivia nodded. Return fire. Target their weapon systems. The Valkyrie twisted with impossible agility for its size, avoiding the worst of the enemy fire while its weapons struck back with deadly precision. Lisa Harrison worked at her station, her fingers moving rapidly across the controls. Commander, I've managed to intercept and decode some of their tactical communications. They're confused by our ship's resilience. Let's confuse them even more, Olivia said. Colonel Martinez, is your boarding team ready? Ready and waiting, Commander, came the reply over the comm system. The Voidborn vessel on our port side has damaged shields. That's your target. In the launch bay, Colonel Frank Martinez and his team of Marines prepared in the low-gravity environment. They wore light battle armor designed for mobility rather than heavy protection. Humans didn't need as much protection as most species. Remember, Frank told his team, these aliens have never fought humans before. They don't know what we're capable of. Use that to your advantage. The boarding shuttle launched from the Valkyrie, speeding toward the damaged Voidborn ship. On the bridge, Olivia watched its progress. Now for the next phase, she said. Helm, bring us closer to their command ship. Weapons, prepare to fire on my mark. The Valkyrie surged forward, directly toward the center of the enemy formation. The Voidborn ships scrambled to adjust their positions, not expecting such an aggressive move. Meanwhile, the boarding shuttle attached itself to the hull of its target. The Marines cut through the outer plating using laser torches. Within minutes, they were inside. The Voidborn crew were not prepared for what came next. The human Marines moved with shocking speed and strength in the ship's artificial gravity, which was lower than Earth normal. They went through the corridors like living weapons, their movements precise and lethal. One Voidborn soldier fired at Frank, the energy bolt grazing his arm. The Marine didn't even slow down. He kept moving, ignoring an injury that would have incapacitated most species. The Voidborn stared in horror at this being that wouldn't stop. Through their shared communication system, the Arcanus watched the boarding action from cameras on the Marines' uniforms. They saw humans moving at speeds that seemed impossible, shrugging off injuries, fighting with a ferocity that the peaceful Arcanus had never witnessed. They're not just stronger than us, Ilara whispered. They're stronger than the Voidborn, too. In space, the battle continued. 3 Voidborn ships had been disabled, and several more showed significant damage. The Valkyrie had taken hits as well, but its reinforced hull had withstood the assault. On the Voidborn command ship, the leader watched with growing concern as the battle unfolded. This strange new species fought like nothing they had encountered before. Their ship was tougher than it should be, their weapons more powerful, and the boarding party. The reports coming from the boarded vessel were disturbing. The boarded ship reports the invaders are unstoppable, a Voidborn officer reported, fear evident in its voice. They move too fast. Our weapons don't stop them. The Voidborn leader made a quick decision. Signal the fleet, retreat and regroup. We need more information about these Earth creatures. As the Voidborn fleet began to pull back, Lisa detected their communications. Commander, they're retreating. Olivia allowed herself a small smile. Let them go. They'll be back with reinforcements, but now they know we're not easy prey. The Valkyrie held its position, watching as the enemy fleet jumped to FTL and disappeared. Down on the planet, the Arcanus erupted in celebration. Their world was safe, at least for now. Ilara looked at the images of the human ship on the screen. What are these humans? An Arcanus scientist asked in awe. They fight like nothing we've ever seen. They called themselves Deathworlders, Ilara said quietly. I think we're beginning to understand what that truly means. The sun rose over the Arcanus capital city, casting long shadows across buildings damaged in previous attacks. Engineer Justin Powell walked alongside Ambassador Ilara, examining the city's power distribution center. Your technology is impressive, Justin said, looking at the complex energy systems. But these power relays won't hold if the Voidborn attack again. Can you help us repair them? Ilara asked. Justin nodded, already planning the work in his mind. Not only repair them, but make them stronger. We can use some materials from our ship to reinforce the critical points. Nearby, Dr. Natalie Curtis worked with Arcanus medical personnel in a makeshift hospital. She watched as an Arcanus doctor treated a patient with a minor cut. Your healing techniques are so advanced, Natalie said. I've never seen tissue regeneration like this. The Arcanus doctor looked up. Yet you seem surprised by our treatment of physical injuries. Well, yes, Natalie admitted. You can heal damaged tissue perfectly, but you seem to have limited experience with trauma medicine. Trauma medicine? Treating serious injuries, broken bones, deep wounds, severe burns. On Earth, these are common enough that all our doctors train extensively in trauma care. The Arcanist doctor's large eyes blinked rapidly. Such injuries are rare among our people. Our bodies are not designed to survive significant damage. In the central government building, Commander Olivia Caldwell met with the Arcanist Council. Science Officer Samantha Reeves stood beside her, displaying data on a portable screen. The Voidborn will return, Olivia explained, and next time they'll bring more ships. An elderly Arcanist Council member leaned forward. How can you be so certain? Because that's what predators do when they encounter unexpected resistance, Samantha explained. They retreat, gather strength, and attack again. Our ship has sent a distress call to Earth, Olivia continued. But reinforcements won't arrive for at least 5 days. We need to prepare your defenses before then. The council leader, a tall Arcanist with pale markings on its face, spoke up. Commander Caldwell, your people have fought bravely for us, but there is something you should know. The Arcanists are part of a larger galactic community. We suspected as much, Olivia said. Your technology is too advanced for a species that hasn't had contact with others. The council leader nodded. Worlds in our community are classified by their planetary conditions. Most spacefaring species evolve on worlds with mild environments, stable climate, minimal radiation, low gravity, few natural predators. And Earth? Samantha asked, though she suspected the answer. Your world is classified as a Class 13 Deathworld, one of the harshest known planets to produce intelligent life. The council leader displayed a holographic chart. Most species in the galactic community come from Class 1 to Class 3 worlds. The Voidborn evolved on a Class 7, which is why they can dominate so many other species. But they've never encountered Class 13 species before, Samantha concluded. No, your kind is rare. Most life on such worlds never achieves spaceflight. The conditions are too harsh, the competition too fierce. As they discussed galactic politics, Lieutenant Commander Ryan Mitchell worked with Security Chief Daniel Wells to set up defensive positions around the city. They used a combination of Arcanist technology and human tactical knowledge. Their weapons are more advanced than ours in some ways, Daniel observed, but they've never had to fight wars like we have. Their defensive thinking is limited. Ryan nodded. When you don't evolve fighting for survival every day, you don't develop the same instincts. An Arcanist scientist approached them, carrying a device. Excuse me. Our long-range sensors have detected something. The Voidborn are returning, and they've brought their entire regional fleet. Ryan looked grim. How many ships? 43 vessels. They will arrive in approximately 20 hours. Daniel and Ryan exchanged looks. We need to talk to the commander. Back in the government building, the news spread quickly. Olivia gathered her senior officers for an emergency meeting. Even the Valkyrie can't fight that many ships alone, Ryan said. Our reinforcements won't arrive for days, Olivia reminded them. We need another solution. An elderly Arcanist stepped forward. He looked frail even by Arcanist standards. There may be a way. I am Keeper Toran. I oversee our historical archives. The humans turned to him with interest. Long ago, before my people became peaceful, we created a planetary defense system, Toran explained. It was powered down centuries ago when we joined the galactic community. Can it be reactivated? Olivia asked. Possibly, but there is a problem. The system requires physical operators. The power conduits must be manually adjusted during operation. The energy coursing through them would kill any Arcanist who attempted it. Dr. Natalie looked thoughtful, but might not kill a human. You would risk your lives? Toran asked, seeming shocked. That's what we do, Daniel said simply. Where is this system located? Toran led them to an underground facility beneath the city. The chamber they entered was vast, filled with machinery that looked both ancient and advanced. The stellar shield, Toran explained. It can create an energy barrier around our entire planet, but the control systems require constant adjustment as power levels fluctuate. The operators would be exposed to radiation, heat, and electrical discharges. Samantha examined the control panels. Similar to the radiation levels in Earth's deepest mines. Uncomfortable for humans, but survivable with proper precautions. Olivia made a quick decision. We'll need volunteers to operate the system. I'll do it, Justin said immediately. Count me in, added Sergeant Kate Sullivan. As the humans began preparing the ancient defense system, Communications Officer Lisa Harrison received an unexpected transmission on the Valkyrie. Commander, she called over the secure channel. You're not going to believe this. I'm receiving a transmission from an Earth fleet. They're already in the Arcturus sector. Olivia couldn't hide her surprise. That's impossible. The nearest reinforcements were days away. It's Vice Admiral Patricia Gomez, leading a battle group of 5 heavy cruisers, Lisa continued. They were on a classified mission near the sector border when they picked up our distress call. For the first time since arriving at the Arcanus world, Olivia felt a surge of genuine hope. 6 human ships against 43 void-born vessels were still terrible odds, but much better than facing them with only the Valkyrie. Tell the Admiral we have a plan, Olivia said. And now we have a much better chance of making it work. As the Arcanus watched the humans prepare for battle, they began to understand what it meant to evolve on a death world. These aliens didn't just have stronger bodies. They had minds shaped by constant challenge, by the need to overcome impossible odds just to survive. The Voidborn were coming with overwhelming force, but they still didn't understand what they were truly facing. The 6 Earth ships formed a defensive line above the Arcanus homeworld. The USS Valkyrie held the center position, flanked by the newly arrived cruisers led by Vice Admiral Patricia Gomez's flagship, the Intrepid. On the Valkyrie's bridge, Commander Olivia Caldwell and Vice Admiral Gomez discussed their strategy via video link. The Voidborn expect to face a single ship, Olivia explained. Finding 6 will surprise them, but they still outnumber us 7-1. Admiral Gomez nodded. Her gray hair was cut short and her eyes showed years of battle experience. Numbers aren't everything. What about this planetary defense system? It's being prepared now. If it works, it will create an energy shield around the planet. The Voidborn won't be able to land troops or bombard the surface. Good. That simplifies our job to dealing with their fleet, Gomez said. My ships are loaded with the new ME-7 missiles. They pack quite a punch. Down on the planet, Justin Powell and Kate Sullivan worked inside the ancient defense facility. Both wore light protective suits as they moved between the massive power conduits. The air around them hummed with energy, and occasional sparks jumped between metal surfaces. Power couplings are aligned, Justin reported into his communicator. Primary systems are responding. This technology is incredible. It's been dormant for centuries, but it's still functional. In the control room, Science Officer Samantha Reeves monitored the readings. The energy output is climbing. We're at 60% capacity. How are you two holding up? We're fine, Kate replied, though sweat poured down her face inside her helmet. The radiation levels were rising and the heat was intense. For an Arcanus, the conditions would be quickly fatal. For humans, it was merely uncomfortable. For now. Keeper Toran watched the humans work with amazement. Your bodies are withstanding energy levels that would kill my people in minutes. Earth has natural radiation zones, Samantha explained. Some regions of our planet expose us to similar conditions. Not pleasant, but we can tolerate it for limited periods. Outside the facility, Lieutenant Commander Ryan Mitchell coordinated with the Arcanus defensive forces. If the shield fails, we need these positions secured. Your weapons are effective, but your tactics need adjustment. The Arcanus troops listened, carefully. They had seen how humans fought during the first Voidborn attack and were eager to learn. The Voidborn are predators, Ryan explained. They expect prey to run or surrender. They aren't prepared for prey that fights back aggressively. On the Intrepid's bridge, Admiral Gomez received an alert from her sensors officer. Multiple FTL signatures detected, Admiral. The Voidborn fleet is arriving. All ships battle stations, Gomez ordered. Commander Caldwell, is that shield ready? In the planetary defense facility, Justin made a final adjustment to a power relay. Now or never, he muttered. He pressed his hand against a control panel, wincing as energy coursed through his body. An Arcanus would have died instantly, but Justin's Earth-evolved biology could withstand the shock. The massive generators beneath the city roared to life. Above the planet, a shimmering energy field began to form, spreading outward like ripples in a pond, until it encircled the entire world. "Planetary shield is active," Samantha reported. "It's working." In space, the Voidborn fleet emerged from FTL travel. 43 warships arranged in attack formation. Their sensors quickly detected the human vessels. On the Voidborn command, "Ship," the leader stared at the tactical display in confusion. 6 ships? There was only one before. "They appear to be the same design," a Voidborn officer reported. "More of these Earth vessels." "It changes nothing," the leader declared. "We still outnumber them. Begin the attack." The Voidborn fleet surged forward, weapons charging, but as they approached the planet, their sensors detected something else. The energy shield surrounding the world. "The planet is protected," the officer reported, alarm in his voice. "Our weapons cannot penetrate that barrier," the leader hissed in frustration. "Then we destroy their ships first, then figure out how to disable the shield." Admiral Gomez watched the approaching enemy fleet. "All ships, execute Battle Plan Theta. Target their lead vessels. Fire on my mark." The 6 Earth ships moved with surprising speed, their engines pushing them to accelerations that would crush most alien crew members. Inside, the humans felt the increased G-forces but remained functional, another benefit of evolving on a high-gravity world. "Fire," Gomez ordered. From the Earth vessels, dozens of missiles streaked toward the Voidborn fleet. At the same time, energy weapons lashed out, striking the lead ships. The Voidborn had expected an easy victory against a technologically advanced but physically weak species. Instead, they found themselves facing ships that could withstand incredible punishment, crewed by beings who could endure conditions that would kill most species. "Their ships are maneuvering in high-G turns," a Voidborn officer reported with disbelief. "Our crews would black out under such forces." The battle in space was fierce. 3 Voidborn ships exploded as Earth missiles found their targets, but 2 human cruisers took heavy damage as well. On the Valkyrie, Olivia directed their attacks with calm precision. "Target their command ship. All weapons." The Valkyrie's main cannons fired, striking the Voidborn flagship's shields. The alien vessel shuddered under the impact. Dr. Samantha Reeves worked with Arcanus scientists to analyze data they were gathering during the battle. She suddenly looked up from her screen. "Commander, I've discovered something. The Voidborn ships have a structural weakness where their engine systems connect to their main hull." "Send those coordinates to all ships," Olivia ordered. With this new information, the Earth vessels adjusted their targeting. Their weapons now struck the Voidborn ships at their weakest points. After an hour of intense fighting, 17 Voidborn ships had been destroyed or disabled. The Earth fleet had lost 1 cruiser, and the others had varying degrees of damage. The shield around the planet still held, though the humans operating it were reaching their limits of radiation exposure. Finally, the Voidborn commander made a decision. "Signal all vessels, disengage and retreat." As the remaining Voidborn ships turned away, a cheer went up on the bridges of the Earth vessels. "They're running," Ryan said with satisfaction. "Not running," Admiral Gomez corrected. "Surrendering." A transmission came through from the Voidborn command ship. "Earth vessels, we request terms." 1 week later, Commander Olivia Caldwell and Ambassador Alara stood in the Arcanus Council chamber. Diplomatic Officer Andrew Kelly was finalizing the details of a treaty between Earth and the Arcanus, the first step toward Earth joining the larger galactic community. "Your people saved our world," Alara said. "The Voidborn have agreed to cease all aggression against worlds under Earth's protection." "They've learned that not all prey is easy to catch," Olivia said with a small smile. Alara looked thoughtful. "Word of what happened here is spreading throughout the galaxy. Other species are already asking about these Deathworlders who fight with such determination." "What are they saying?" Andrew asked. "That Earth-evolved warriors, unlike any the galaxy has seen before." that humans don't understand the meaning of impossible. Ilara's large eyes studied them. 3 other worlds have already sent requests specifically asking for human protection. Olivia raised an eyebrow. It seems we've made quite an impression. As she looked out the window at the peaceful Arcanus city, Olivia thought about Earth's place in this new galactic order. Humans had evolved on a world that challenged them at every turn. That harsh cradle had created a species that could endure, adapt, and overcome. The galaxy was about to discover what it meant to have Deathworlders as allies, and what it cost to have them as enemies.